Hello and welcome to Odds Checkers coverage of Thanksgiving football. What's going on? I am Matt O'Leary. I'm here to talk about the 3 games on the slate for Thanksgiving and give you my favorite plays from that. So as always, we're going to pull up the Odds Checker grid right now and we'll see what we like, starting with, nope, wrong view. Sorry, folks. We will be starting with Chicago versus Detroit in a snooze fest of a game, but don't worry, we're going to try to make it a little bit of fun for you. Chicago is favored by 3 in this game. And I used to say kids these days didn't know what it was like having to watch Joey Harrington try to play the quarterback position every single Thanksgiving. But I don't know. We're gonna have a pretty bad quarterback matchup this year. So I might have to take that one back a little bit. I like Chicago this week, -3. They're 4-6 against the spread. I understand that Detroit has been better against the spread at 6-4, but I mean, come on. Did you see the quarterback play? Tim Boyle last week threw for 77 yards. Even if Jared Goff is good to go, is it going to matter? I don't think so. Detroit's been awful against the run all year. They rank 32nd against the run. I think the Bears will run the ball. Andy Dalton will play it safer than Justin Fields. Not saying that he's a higher ceiling player than Justin, or that I would, rather see Andy Dalton than Justin Fields. That can be further from the truth, but he's going to play safe, boring football, and they're probably going to win a low-scoring, boring kind of game. So give me the Chicago by covering more than 3. I think they win this game by 7 to 10 points anyway. So speaking of which, let's get to the point total, because that's another big one that we're going to be taking a look at, and it's a low total at 41.5. I don't know if these teams hit 35. I am going to take the under here, even though it is insanely low. Detroit is just not very good on offense. Chicago hasn't been very good on offense. I actually think the Bears defense is going to play relatively okay. I'm going to take Chicago like 23-10, something like that, which will give you what? I'm not a math guy, but I think that's 33 points, which is far under that 41.5 mark. I know it's a low number. They're trying to bait you into it, but don't fall for the trap. Take the under. As for our prop markets, let's take a look. We'll go player props. We're going to go player rushing yards, and we're going to be taking a look at David Montgomery. I like the over 79.5 rushing yards. For the fact of the matter, Detroit allows the most rushing yards in football, and I think the offense is going to be very conservative from Matt Nagy this week. So I am fully expecting Chicago not only to win, but a low-scoring game. I expect them to cover, and I expect Montgomery to have a good day rushing. I think he goes over 100, so I'm not sweating the higher number at 79.5. Let's get to Dallas versus Vegas next. We're going to change them. We're going to go here. We're going to change the matchup. Las Vegas at Dallas Cowboys. We're going to wait for that to load. Hopefully your internet's a little bit better than mine. And we will go with the spread first. Cowboys are favored by 7.5. You can get this at plus money on DraftKings. Sign me the hell up for that. Cowboys -7.5 is the pick. The Raiders have lost 5 of their last 7. They've lost 3 in a row. The Cowboys are coming off of a loss where they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs and only put up 9 points. Don't worry. They'll be fine. They'll bounce back. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott on Thanksgiving. How do you not take the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving? Don't get baited into this number being a little bit on the high side. The Raiders are playing garbage football right now. I don't care about this number at 7.5. Dallas has been good to us against the spread this year. I'm not worried about it. Give me the Cowboys, the home favorite, -7.5. Let's get to the point total. It's at 51.5, and you can get the over at plus money again. I'm not shying away from the plus money, ladies and gentlemen. Dallas might put up 35 by themselves, and I know what you're thinking. They just put up 9 last week. Well, going into last week, they were the number 1 scoring offense in football. They're going up against the Raiders, who, I mean, their season's just off the rails at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they start mailing it in and they start to really fall off here. But they're now the number 3 scoring offense in football. The Cowboys are. I think they get to 35 points, and then at that point, you really just need, a semi-capable game from the Raiders offense, which over the last 3 weeks hasn't been good. I don't think they've eclipsed 20 in either of those 3 games, but still, I think they do enough, and the over hits here. Let's pick one player prop from this one. I am looking at passing yards, and we're going to go with Dak Prescott and the over 273.5 at -115. You could grab it at DraftKings, BetMGM, Caesars, Borgata, any of those spots. I think he has a really good day for the Dallas Cowboys. I think the offense bounces back, and as a result, he's throwing the ball a little bit. He's cleared this number a few times already this year. He's gone over 400 and 300 relatively easy in his career. I think it's a big day for the Cowboys offense. Let's change the matchup one more time. We'll talk about the nightcap now. Bills and the Saints. This game is now the spread has grown in this one as the Bills are, I'll scroll this down, favored by 6. You can get that at -105, which that sounds pretty good. I'm going to take the Bills. Now, I know they haven't looked the same. They had a loss against Jacksonville a couple of weeks ago. They had a loss last week where they got blown out by the Indianapolis Colts 41-15. I like the Bills, especially for this reason. Their defense, outside of last week, they didn't give up points to anybody. They have a couple of shutouts already this year, and they're going up against the backup quarterback in Trevor Siemian. So Trevor has what? He's not like someone who's going to light up the field offensively. They've gone over 20 the last few weeks, and they're 3 losses in a row. But the last time the Buffalo Bills faced a backup quarterback was Mike White, and they picked him off 4 times. So I think for the Saints, they're going to struggle offensively. I don't think they get a lot going. And I think we see Josh Allen return to form a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout per se, but I don't know, 27-17, 30-20, something like that. I think at the end of the day, the Bills are coming out on top on the road, which gets us to the point total. This one's a little bit of a surprising number to me. I thought it'd be much higher than this, 45.5. I like the over. You can get at plus money on Fox Bet. I think that the Bills offense is going to do enough to get in the 30 range, and then you just really need 16 points at that point from the Saints, which they should be able to do. They're not going to be bad enough to the point where they're getting shut out or putting up under 10. I think in all likelihood, they're giving you 14 to 20 points. And if they do that, the number should be right around 45 and hopefully get over that 45.5 mark for you there. And with the plus money, that was just one that I couldn't pass up. And for my prop, I'm going to be looking at an anytime touchdown scorer. So we go player prop, anytime TD score, and I'm going to be looking for some value here. And if you scroll on down, you find Dawson Knox at plus 320. Now, he has 5 touchdowns on the season, but he hasn't scored a touchdown in the last 3 weeks. What does that tell you? He is due. Now, I would love to check in with our guy, Tom Vieira, who's the anytime touchdown king, to see if I get the stamp of approval, because he's been red hot. But this is just myself coming off the dome. I think he is due. And I think the Bills offense have a relatively good day throwing the ball. Josh Allen's going to throw it all over the place. And as a result, Dawson Knox will get into the end zone. So those are our plays, or at least my plays on Thanksgiving. Comment below what you are playing or what sticks out to you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am Matt O'Leary, and I will talk to you next time.